Hey, y'all, T-Ham141 here. I'm Tracy. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and just let you know I've got merch. I've got all sorts of cool designs on shirts and like 60 or 70 different products over at Redbubble. I'll put the link up here. And I've got books. If you go to thand141homestead.com, you will find each and every one of my books. I sell. They are Amazon quality. They are printed on Amazon KDP. A big shout out to all my friends in the homesteading community. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button, that subscribe button, and that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with a new piece of content. And don't be afraid to comment and let me know what you would like to see on my channel. All right, guys, it's about that time. Let's get into the live. Hey, everybody, T-Ham. Welcome to T-Ham141 Homestead. My name is Tracy, in case I forgot, and welcome. If it's your first time here, welcome back, or welcome. If it's your millionth time here, welcome back. Boy, my tongue is not working this evening. Hey, Tina Harper, how's it going? I'm glad you're doing good. I am doing very good. I got a lot done today. The town of Western Highway Department was at the end of Whaley Road today. I just doxed myself. Anyway, they're working on it. I don't know how far they've come down or anything like that, but it looked like they were doing a really good job. Shout out to the town of Western Highway Department. You're awesome. So I decided I needed to start doing my live streams again because I haven't been doing live streams. I stopped for a little while, took a little sabbatical. I haven't been putting out a lot of videos. I am putting out videos, just not a whole lot of them. And I'm just taking a break, laying it back. I'm hoping to go full on hot and heavy with the videos and the homesteading this fall and winter. I'm probably not going to hunt this year. My freezer is full. I had a misunderstanding with one of the people buying pigs this year. Hey, Tammy, how's it going? Welcome. And I thought they were taking a whole pig. They only wanted half a pig, so I ended up buying a pig anyway, even though I wasn't going to because, well, on short notice, I didn't know. Hey, Remy, how's it going, my friend? So I ended up getting half a pig, mostly sausage, bacon. Oh, I had some bacon today. It was delicious. Very, very, very good. I had bacon and eggs this morning for breakfast. And then I just got done eating my boneless, skinless chicken breast, broccoli, and rice. And I found some Chick-fil-A sauce in Walmart. And yeah, I put it on the rice, mix it in the rice, and it gives flavor. Yeah, I know it. It's awesome. I'm back doing live streams, and I'm gonna start doing the more videos coming out. Yes, I did lose weight. From the highest I was, I think back in August, I was 240 pounds. And I said, I've got to do something. I have been going to the gym every morning, 4 days a week, every morning, every, I've 4 days a week, sometimes five, doing some weightlifting. And even though you can't tell yet, because I'm doing a lot of reps and, in small sets. And then, because I'm trying to lose weight and gain definition, I have started 30 minutes on the elliptical. I've given up pork. Now I know how CR feels when I talk about the food. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, you've given up pork. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with giving up pork, except for bacon. I don't believe bacon is in the pork family. As far as we know, bacon comes from somewhere. We're not sure where, but it's totally plausible that it doesn't come from the pork family. So you can eat bacon, because I couldn't cut out my bacon. I don't eat a lot of bacon. And I didn't want to eat a whole, hey, Karen, how's it going? I didn't want to eat a whole lot of pork. I got venison, but now it's buried in pork in my freezer. My garden did wonderful this year from what I've seen of it. I'm trying to, I started weeding. I bought a trimmer. It's a DeWalt hedge clipper. Trevor had one and it worked great. Problem is, you know, it's Trevor's. He might want to use it once in a while. So I finally went ahead and bought myself one. And because the woods, we carved the homestead out of the woods, and they keep trying to come back in and take over. So that is my, I'm looking out the window. I see a bunch of green out there. Yeah. But I was trimming, it's a hedge trimmer on a pole, so I can angle it and just cut along the ground, kind of like eating with a hedge trimmer, because some of this stuff is kind of thick. And I got to the point where I was going around one of my little pear trees, that little pear tree that I transplanted in the beginning of this summer. And some of the brush, I don't know if it's gold. I don't know if it's goldenrod, or I don't think it's goldenrod. It's some other kind of tall green weed that grows really close together, but kind of leaned. And there was a nest in there with little baby eggs, or little baby chicks. They weren't eggs, they were chicks. So I stopped. I cleaned out just a little bit more around the pear tree that I had to work to find, and left them alone. Hopefully the mother can relocate them. Hopefully I didn't disturb them. I hate disturbing baby wildlife. I'll go with that, because I can't do turkey or no. Turkey and beef does not bacon make. Yeah, it's totally different, I think. I've never had beef bacon. Turkey bacon is just blasphemous, almost, in my opinion. Now, you guys eat what you want, but no, a lot of the old stuff. Now, a lot of people, I have a friend who is on the Levitical diet. He is trying to eat the things that God told Israel, because God was setting Israel apart. He's trying to eat what God told Israel was good to eat. And that's very, very healthy. but then I have to stop myself and say bacon, breakfast sausage. Yeah, I'm not Jewish. I'm not held under the law. Thank God, but he's doing it um for desire. I'd rather eat the packaging than the turkey bacon. That's what I'm doing. It's cool. Um, yeah, yeah. The man, oh man. My understanding is in Jesus' time, well, all throughout biblical times, it it was a Mediterranean style diet. Number one, they worked. I mean, biblically, you don't work, you don't eat. Uh, excuse me 1 second. I just gotta wipe that off. Ah, there I am. And it was a Mediterranean diet, which is very, very good for you. No shellfish, um, and clean animals. Some people, uh, uh, something about chewing the cud and split hooves. Rabbits don't have the split hooves, but some people say that they do chew a cud, even though they don't do it like a cow. A cow chews, swallows, then brings up the cud and re-chews it. A rabbit chews, swallows, regurgitates it on the ground, eats it again. But yeah, but good for you. Good for you. We need to be healthy. We need to try to be healthy because nobody's going to do it for us. I was watching a video and this guy, he was talking about old pictures of the beach. Now, I'm not like Mahilin. I don't see beaches very often, and when I do, I can usually see across the lake. But these pictures of back in the 60s, 70s, a little bit into the early 80s and stuff, these pictures, there was not anyone that you would see in these pictures that had a weight problem. Somewhere in there, we had the food revolution, and some rather large breakthroughs, if you want to call it that, in making food. And a lot of the foods that are in the store today did not exist. Now, some of that's awesome because, hey, we've got some really cool foods that we, didn't have before. Trying to think of what they are. Supply lines have gotten better. So now all year long, we can get tomatoes. We can get stuff from all the way in Argentina and Africa, South America, England. We can get all these things and they're still good. Yeah, TV dinners, processed food is not good. TV dinners is yeah. I've got carrot stick. I've been trying to snack healthy. So I bought me some celery because I love celery with just some salt. And some of the baby carrot sticks. And I'll sit there and snack on them. Now, I do not suggest you eat half a bag in a sitting. You will have issues later. Let's just leave it at that. But I'm amazed how long it's lasting in our fridge. I don't grow baby carrots. I didn't grow carrots this year. This year, I did one little box of garden. And it was an easy year for me because my pantry has plenty of vegetables in it. In fact, I went through, broke my heart, but I gave the pigs a bunch of. I took a 5-gallon bucket and just emptied out. We had from like 2012, 2013. No, it was 2015 or 60 when we first moved up here. Wendy into the off-grid cabin. Wendy and I canned a lot of squash because she would take and bread the squash and fry it up, and oh, it was delicious. And but I said, you know what, I got to get rid of this. The lids were starting to rust. They hadn't rusted through. The stuff was still good. You can't have healthier. Why can't you have healthier? Oh, wait a minute. Because you're eating moose meat. You're eating wabbit meat. You're eating chicken that you raised. You're eating vegetables from your, yeah, I don't think you can get much healthier than what you're eating, Remy. Hey, J&B, how's it going? Okay. 1/3 celery, 1/3 carrots, 1/3 beets. Put that in a juicer and you can freeze that juice to drink all year round. Oh, the only problem is now between last year's pig, this year's pig, and last year's deer, my freezer's full. But yeah, that is a good idea. And Remy is doing a challenge. Remy, you want to put your hashtag down here for that challenge? It's on healthy homesteady treats or healthy treats or snacks. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you could definitely can. They can tomato juice. They can V8 juice. Homesteady snacks. I am all in with that, Remy. I am going to make a version of homesteady snacks. I have a new elderberry tree that is just full of elderberries, but they're looking red instead of black right yet. So I don't think they're ready. The birds haven't touched them, but I'm hoping that they're the black. I think if it grows wild, it should be, because you got the American elderberry, which is the black elderberry that is, you can eat it, seed and all, ain't gonna hurt you. And yeah, great diet, but he cheats like really a lot. Yeah, me too. Yes, there are red elderberry. Red elderberry, before you process them, you need to boil them. Most people say boil them twice because they have the okay, we'll see you in a few minutes, Tammy. But they have carcinogens. They have stuff in, bad stuff in them, poison for you. I don't think eating a handful of them will hurt you. I am not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV or YouTube. And I not all that bright. So do your own research, but I'm not going to eat red elderberries. I mean, you can go to what is that herb place, something mountain, and buy them. I still got, in fact, from the where I made my tincture, I ordered a pound of dried elderberries. Well, a pound of dried elderberries is a brick like that tall and that wide, vacuum sealed. It's huge, and you don't need all that many blackberry or elderberries to make a tincture, because I made elderberry tincture. But I also, there's a cough syrup that I make, tastes just like Robitussin. You take vegetable glycerin that you can buy in a health food store, and then you put your elderberries in it, leave it in a sunny spot for a week or 2 weeks. Take cherry bark tincture. You take the new branches of cherry trees and you just lightly graze your knife over it to collect the light bark. And then you make a tincture with 80 proof vodka with that. And then when they're both done, you mix them 3-to-1. 3 of the glycerin, which is thicker, with 1 of the cherry bark tincture. And it's a cough syrup that is just phenomenal and tastes a lot like the Robitussin and stuff like that. I was told not to make red elderberry anything. Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to use red elderberry in a recipe, say, you have to boil it first to reduce the poisons that are in it. Black elderberry, not so much. So if you're sure that you have black elderberry, American elderberry, then you're golden. But do some research, because it can make you sick. Red elderberry. Howdy, Scott. How is it going today, my friend? Yeah, I have really been on the trying to be healthy. High protein diet, trying to cut out the carbs. Because, well, carbs turn into fat. White bread turns into sugar, which, and your internals will digest them for energy rather than fat. I've got an app on my phone that I've begun the intermittent fasting. And what that does is, when you eat something, your body produces insulin. Now, insulin is used to break down the energy in whatever you eat. Unfortunately, when you eat something, that insulin starts breaking that down, but it will ignore the fat. And I have some fat. But if you fast, your body goes through different cycles throughout the night. I fast from 5 o'clock. I drink just water. From 5 o'clock at night to 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, when I wake up in the morning, get up, get dressed, go to the gym, stretch, lift some weights, run for half an hour on the elliptical, which I've gotten up to 2.25 miles in 30 minutes. So that's 2.25. Let's see here. 30 divided by 2.25. That's a 13.25 minute mile, which isn't bad. And I started using the weight loss thing where it's really light and easy for 4 minutes, and then it gets kind of hard for 4 minutes, then it gets light and easy again. So while I'm doing that, because I've fasted all night, my body is using, and I haven't eaten anything except drank water. My body is dipping, that insulin attacks the fat for energy, is how I understand it. All I know is it's working. At my highest point in August, I was 240 pounds. As of yesterday, I am 220.6 pounds. So I've lost 20 pounds. So that I'm just going to keep going. I feel better. How far am I from Ogdensburg? Hey, Google, how far am I from Ogdensburg? 112 miles away. You know, I've had the perfect A1C for 12 years, and now I have cysts in my pancreas. We'll find out. Oh man, we'll be praying for you. If you don't mind. Yeah, I'm tickled with it. But yeah, A1C, that's here's the thing that rubs me the wrong way. And like I said, I'm not a doctor, but living on a homestead, because some of you might say, hey, you're talking exercise and eating healthy and stuff. Where's the homesteady stuff? Well, on a homestead, you start looking into, how do I keep myself healthy? How does my body work? Yeah, a little too far. But that would be cool sometime to meet up. Yeah, consider them sent. I'll put you on the list. But you start looking, how does my body work? Because you want to know how your body works, so that you're homesteading. You're in the middle of nowhere, possibly. And you don't want to be, you want to be a producer, not a consumer. You don't necessarily want to consume the hospitals and the doctors' stuff. I'm a firm believer that if you go to a doctor, you will leave with a prescription or a procedure or a reference to another doctor. Okay. They're the only people on the planet. I have nothing against them. I love doctors. I have doctors. I do go to doctors in the VA. Yeah, they can be nasty. They got stuff in them that you got to boil out of them before you use them. But I love doctors. I go to doctors. But if I can do it at home, if I can make my own cough syrup from the black elderberries that I do have growing around here, some vegetable glycerin, and cherry bark tincture, then why wouldn't I provide that for myself instead of paying $4 for a bottle that big that's got probably the same stuff in it plus a bunch of chemicals and stuff? If I am having a headache or something like that, I should know, because I'm a homesteader. I am a producer. I try to be a producer rather than a consumer. I should know that I can go scrape the bark off a willow tree and chew on that and get the same benefits as an aspirin, plus some other good positive benefits. If I have a toothache, or if I'm going to the dentist, chew on the leaves of a toothache plant. I thought I had them out earlier. I guess I didn't. I'm going to be planting. I got seeds for a toothache plant. I can't wait. Wild sweet violets also make a great cough syrup in the spring. Yeah, absolutely. And I got them growing all over. Wendy loved wild violets because her grandmother, Grandma G, loved wild violets and hummingbirds. But I want to be a producer and not a consumer. And in order to do that, I need to know how my body works. Rudimentary. Okay. I did purchase, bear with me for 1 second. I did purchase, and I would suggest it, a Merck manual of medical information. This tells you how to type blood. You can look in the back, but it tells you Heimlich, all that good stuff. Glycogen storage diseases, hereditary disorders of the metabolism. It will help you. Signs of ADHD, physical features of a premature newborn, Paget's disease, Kaposi's sarcoma. Basically, you can look up symptoms and it will let you know what the symptoms could be. It's almost as good as a PDA, physician's desk reference. Yes, but the Merck manual, it's a medical. This is a medical reference guide in everyday language. It's kind of like a physician's desk reference, except it's in everyday language, like symptoms and diagnosis. Like I got diverticulitis here, symptoms and diagnosis, complications, treatment, and stuff like that. Bowel movement disorders. Problems with using nephritis. But it's got the causes, diagnosis, prognosis, treatment. And you know, it's just something to add to your arsenal. I've got, what is that? I got a paper clip in here. Muscular skeletal system. Ooh, why is there a paper clip in there? I don't remember putting a paper clip in there. Bone, joint, and muscle disorders. But so all this stuff is it will help. It's not an end of itself, but okay, if I'm having digestive problems, I can go to that and say, these are my symptoms. Okay, this could be this, and here are some treatments. Here are some causes, so I can avoid the causes. Here are some treatments. Merck are the best for human body functions and disease, and PDR is for drug. Yeah. But you ever notice when you go into the doctor office and you tell them, oh, this is a problem I had, sore throat, runny nose, he goes out, he says, okay, I'll be back in just a minute. The doctor, I shouldn't assume it's a he, but the doctor goes out of the room. What he's going to do is he's going to first look up your medical history. Is there something that is in your medical history, maybe a prescription that you're on or something like that, that could be causing this. Number two, he's going to go to the well, now probably the internet, or a computer database, type in your symptoms and say, okay, it's not that, it's not that. Oh, this is probably what it'd be. And it's going to give him exactly a prognosis, diagnosis, all that good stuff. Because it is impossible for a doctor to keep everything in their brain that they need to know. I mean, some common things like the symptom: runny nose, sore throat, fever, sick to my stomach, maybe some bowel issues. Hey, could it be the flu or another variant of the C virus? But because, number one, I started homesteading because if you start prepping, the most likely landing place for you to end up is on a homestead, where you're getting more and more self-sufficient, learning how to live without consuming. This from a man who pays $15 a month to go to Planet Fitness instead of splitting his own wood every morning and, doing the worker. But that's just a full disclosure thing. But yeah, so that's where the health comes in. Right now, I'm about ready to take, some of you might have seen my video on making the mullein tincture, which mullein is it's a very good antibiotic, and it's got a lot of good stuff for your respiratory, upper respiratory and regular in your lungs and stuff. Yeah. I've got to make the finish because I haven't strained it or anything yet. I got off anti-inflammatory pills. I eat beets once a week. After 25 years on statins, I had joint and ligament. Yeah. And fruits and vegetables are medicine. Your food is medicine, not the food you buy in the store, because all that stuff is taken out. You look at a wild carrot and it looks nothing like a raised carrot. Smells the same, tastes pretty much the same, very different. You look at a wild beet, doesn't look, but the beets that we grow are all they're bred, literally bred to look good. Like a cucumber. There's a commercial for a thing down here in the States, at least, where you can buy seconds, I guess they call them, or whatever, of vegetables and stuff, fruits and vegetables. And basically, if a cucumber has a yellow belly instead of green all around, they want them to throw that. They won't buy that. But your food is medicine. I told my friend we should go up on the mountain every possible day this summer, to which he agreed. We didn't go once. Yeah, it's, man, they say the path to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, we have the best of intentions to do things. I've been saying I'm going to start getting healthier for years. Finally, I hit 240 pounds, looked in the mirror and said, I'm a fat slob. I still am a fat slob, but I'm getting thinner. I'm not as fat as I was before. Yes, it's impossible for doctors to know it all. That's why I've been to different specialists for every organ, and 100,000. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why they practice medicine. They don't perform medicine. They practice it because you can't perfect it. Because there's so much we don't know about the human body, such as diabetics. If anybody here has had high blood sugar, maybe high cholesterol, or maybe just gone to your doctor has probably told you cut back on the salt, eat less salt. This distresses me greatly. You can't live without salt. If you have a headache, migraines can be from a sodium or salt, which is sodium and salt deficiency. When you just have a regular headache, think about this. Your brain does not have any pain receptors. They can keep you totally awake, cut through your skull, remove the top of your skull, and prod around in your brain while you are awake. Your brain does not have any pain receptacles. When you have a headache, what it is it's the lining around your brain does not like to be contracted or expanded, stretched or contracted. A lot of times it's just from simple dehydration. Not all the time, but a lot of times. Take a little bit of salt. I suggest sea salt. The Celtic salt is very good. A lot of our sea salts come from China, in the United States. So you can end up in China. They don't do a very good job. So you can end up with other minerals in there too. But for the amount of salt I use, I'm not going to worry about ODing on heavy metals. But yeah, put some salt in some water, drink it. What does the salt do? The salt helps your body absorb the water. That's it. But yeah, you got to have salt. I pickle. Yeah, those yellowish cucumbers are great for pickles. They ain't got to look perfect for me. In Japan, when they go to the outdoor markets, they'll look at a leaf. If a leaf doesn't have any bug bites on it, people won't buy it. I started growing my own food to eat better. I use 2 kilograms of sugar to can my zucchini. Yeah. Yeah. Processed sugar is another thing that we should try to get away from. I use it. Oh, there's a fly. I use processed sugar in my coffee. And if I have a bowl of cereal, which I haven't had in a long time, I'll sprinkle some on my Raisin Bran or whatever. Yes, salt tablets are a real thing. When we were in Operation Desert Storm in Iraq, when it started getting springtime and started heating up, they would have us take salt tablets. You really need the stuff. So they tell you to cut back on it. Well, when you cut back on the salt that you need to live, you start encountering different problems. Joint pain, I'm not sure if it's joint pain that's one of the symptoms of lack of sodium in your diet, but you start running into different problems that the salt kept in check. Well, so then you go back to the doctor and say, doctor, now I've got this problem. What do they do? God bless our doctors. They write you another prescription for something else to stop the effect of the diet change that they made you do. If you struggle with carb cravings, Dr. Barry says a little Redmond salt on the tongue will stop the crave. Ooh, that would be good because I have gone way low on carbs. Um, I basically for snacks and stuff, I do a lot of sunflower seeds. The string cheese sticks are low in carbs. They're not without carbs. But yeah, and I have to be very, very transparent here and just let you know that when I get a carb craving, I go get a pizza. I am working out. I go to the gym 2 days, take a day off, and then another 2 days, and sometimes a third day on the second thing. But if that's not going to help me, Sundays I'm at my mom's. Instead of getting subs, I've been getting wraps. Instead of junk food, it's just instead of soda, I drink water. And the flavor packets don't have a lot of junk in them to flavor your bottle of water. I just throw one. They got the packets that I just throw in here and shake it up. That's just water. But yeah. And it all boils down to, okay, yes, I want to produce for myself because supply chains, gee, have we experienced supply chain failures in the last 3.5 years? Yeah, 3.5. What changed? Anyway, and I don't want to be affected by that. I took 4,000 pills back to the pharmacy from my parents' house after, not the way I want. Yeah, absolutely. I take one pill that I have to take, because I'm a little fruity. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I'm a little fruity. It's just anti-anxiety because of my PTSD. It's an anti-anxiety med, paroxetine, Paxil, whatever you want to call it. I take one at night or 1.5 at night, and then I take B12 because that gives you energy in the morning. When I take that in the morning, vitamin D3, because even working outside, everybody in the North Country is really low on vitamin D3. What else do I take? CoQ10 for heart health. Yeah. I heard about that. I did. I heard about that. Yeah, and I did run out of toilet paper. And I walked into the pantry and opened one of the big pile of toilet paper packages and pulled one out. Pulled a roll out. And here there was no bottles of water or bread in our store. Yeah. Yeah. And the president of the United States, it's hard for me to say this, The President of the United States, Joe, what's his name? Said to expect food shortages because China is expecting droughts this summer. If China's weather is going to affect the United States food production, we are doing something very, 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 very wrong. To make that stuff here at home, put our people to work, feed our people. Ugh. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. All I can say is I will not comply. I'm not scared anymore. I'm just not scared anymore. That fly is about to die. Where is it? I don't know if I got it or not. I think I got it. I don't know. But yeah, use Mullen for TP. I went out and bought, I haven't installed it yet, a bidet. It fits right under the toilet seat. It's got a little valve on it. You turn the little valve and go, and then you just dry off. And that way, you know, you don't need toilet paper. And you're probably cleaner for it. But yeah, that was back when, shortly after, when everybody else was scrambling for toilet paper, Wendy and I saw a deal on that at a I think it was at an Aldi's, and we scooped it up. I think it was like 15, 20 bucks. I need to hook it up, but it's easy to hook up. It's just a T that goes in the water line to your toilet. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Most of us had grandparents that always kept the home pantry stocked for several months. It was just yeah. I'm sorry. You can be snowed in for several days. With certain highway departments, you could be snowed in for months. I think Buffalo, New York, that's quite a ways away from me, but they get slammed. But it's just common sense. Hey, things might go bad over the winter where I can't get to the store, don't have money to go to the store. I need to be able to walk in my pantry and grab food, open their freezer, grab food. But yeah, that's the way I thought life was lived, because that's what my mom and dad did. We didn't know what homesteading was, but we always had food stored ahead. Hey, Lynn, how's it going? Are you still down here in the States? Or have you headed home? Good to see you either way. Oh, you're still down here in the States? Good. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful visit with family and friends. And the Tightwad Gazette is an old book that explains how and why to keep a pantry. Yes. And you leave Saturday. Cool. Yeah. I have, if you go to my website, than141homestead.com, there is a link to go to my Amazon KDP, and I have pantry logs with different covers and stuff on them so that you can keep track of what's in your pantry. You can keep track of what's in what's in your freezer and stuff like that. I need to clean my pantry out. I can barely walk through it. It was Wendy's job. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I'm today I mowed the lawn. I hit a root with the mowing deck and it dented it was real light grass. So I was going fast and it dented the thing, and so the blade couldn't turn. So I ended up taking the mowing deck off and having to fix that. Then I took my my new hedge trimmer and went over a bunch of stuff where I found the little bird's nest and found my little pear tree again. It should be doing good. It's actually 2 pear trees because when I bought it, it's a Bartlett pear grafted on another type of pear tree bottom. So I have the Bartlett pear that's growing up out of the Bartlett trunk above the graft. And then from under the graft, there's a branch growing out from under the graft. So yeah, I got 2 types of pear trees in one. Hopefully it's a good one that will pollinate itself. Because I didn't get any apples again this year. I didn't get any pears from the Asian pear trees. If anybody happens to be in Oswego, New York, riding the 4-wheeler and UTV trails, and you find an action camera, I don't know where my other one went. I'm filming with one, and you find an action camera, a Vivitar action camera, return the memory card, send the memory card to me back because I lost it. I got 6 apples from my nice. That's better than I did. But to be fair, only one of them produced in the past. Yeah, you did better than I did. I'm thinking about. I finally found a place. A guy's got some horses, and he's delivered me 2 loads of horse manure, and there's hay mixed in it because when he cleans his barn and stuff. But I'm thinking about putting some of that horse manure around the apple trees. Yeah. My fruit trees, my apple trees are doing great. The Asian pear trees are huge. I've got this winter, probably February, I need to go through and prune all of my fruit trees and see if we can get some production. Yeah, we've got wild apple trees producing everywhere. And you can make with 3 pounds of apples. I have a recipe. There's a lot of sugar involved, but I have a recipe for crab apple jelly. Doesn't matter what kind of apples you want. In fact, you want some of the 3 pounds to be bitter apples. The bitterer the apple, the more pectin it has, natural pectin it has in it. So yeah. Yes. August 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Remy is doing a 24-hour live stream to raise money for a little 4-year-old girl that suffers from brain cancer. If you can't donate, watching the live can also help. He said all the proceeds are going to go to her. and all that stuff. And I'm gonna help him on that because, well, that's what friends do. But 4-year-old girl with cancer, that's horrible. And brain cancer is one of the bad ones. I don't think there is a good one, but yeah, and he's gonna donate the ads money and anything like super chats and stuff like that. But yeah, so we really want to keep an eye out for that. I look forward to it. I don't know. It's been a long time since I pulled a 24-hour shift on anything other than sleeping. Hey, Reynold, how's it going? How you doing, my friend? Oh, some of you that follow my videos, I went to Tractor Supply this spring and I said they had a straight run of Buff Orpingtons. And I said, man, I wish you had just pullets of Buff Orpingtons. And the guy says, well, maybe we have some in the back. How many you want? I said, 20. He comes out with a box and it's got these beautiful little chicks. They all look the same. Buff Orpingtons. I get them back and raise them up a little ways, and I move them out to the barn, and some of them started getting tufts of feathers on top of their head instead of combs or behind the combs. And I'm like, that doesn't look like Buff Orpington. Thank God none of them were roosters. I have plenty of roosters. None of them were roosters. But Buff Orpingtons lay brown eggs, to my knowledge. These are laying. These are just my personal eggs. That is not a Buff Orpington egg. That's a dirty egg. But that's not the right color for a Buff Orpington egg. Not the color for a Buff Orpington egg. Marine Washington is supposed to perform. Vineyard Chicks will try. I will also sing. Nice. Nice. My daughter will sing, and I am also trying to. Nice. That's on the 30th. Sorry, been listening, but I'm babysitting for my grandkids. It was no worries at all. Grandkids. I spent the day, several hours of the day with my grandkids the other day, and it's just awesome. There's nothing like grandkids. They tire you out, and then you can go home, or they tire you out and they go home. But yeah, trying to think. I can't. Hopefully they get my road fixed. They got all the equipment up here. They might as well do it. Because they're fixing a part of the road down a ways. Yeah. Kids, they're like energy vampire. They have all the energy and they don't stop until you make them lay down for a nap, and then they're out like that, sleeping like babies. All right, y'all. I am gonna go ahead and sign out. It's been over an hour, and I know you guys all have stuff to do, and I thank you for stopping by the Homestead today. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe and that little notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with new content. Check out my merch. I've got a lot of merch. Right down in the description is my Redbubble link. Yeah, man, I've got like 80 or so, 80 or so different designs, or more than that, I think. Yes, it's good to be back on here. Thank you. Yeah, Karen, you guys have a great and wonderful night. Love one another, be good to one another. And be kind to those who despitefully use you, because, well, chances are something's made them spiteful if they're being spiteful to you. So, yeah, a soft answer or kind word turns away wrath. All right. Y'all have a great and wonderful day. We love you. God bless.